Do you find that to be any different? You know what I'm saying? In like you guys as creators, do y'all look at each other and say, yeah, I see what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Or do you look at them and say, oh, I could do it better than that?
Not me personally, but that's human nature. Everybody's competitive, but not me. That's not what motivates me. I'm motivated by community. Like I have conversations with up and coming creators all the time. I'll just reach out to them and ask them if they need some help. Because it's a hard field to be in by yourself. Especially comics. Comics can be so judgmental, man. And
Oh my God.
if you ain't got a support system and you're doing this, it could be tough. So sometimes if I see somebody that's look dope and I see them pushing, but I don't see the community kind of rallying behind them, I'll try to reach out to them and bring them into the spotlight so more people can see them. Because it's tough, and it's enough space and money for all of us. So me helping somebody out don't take nothing away from me. You know what I mean? So why not?
That's the mindset we try and foster over here and everything like that. We said rock with me nation, rock with those that rock with you. If you know us, grow us, and sharing is caring. We share stuff all the time in regards to what comic book you gonna get, what action figure is dropping, and everything like that. Whether you get it or don't get it, it takes nothing away from the other person for you to have it. You know what I'm saying? So that type of mindset is definitely to be commended, and I could definitely see more things coming your way. Embracing that mindset, because that's the healthy mindset to have. Like,
Oh yeah,
so yeah,
yeah,
that's
for
big
sure.
ups on that one.
Yeah, I don't see there's no reason to see competition, man, in comics. We're all just telling fictional stories. There's no reason there's no reason for me to be out
Yeah.
here competing or sweating, man. If you writing something dope, I hope it inspires me to go in the lab and start creating some more. I don't write with the mindset of outdoing anybody. I just write in the mindset of my people that like what I do. This is for y'all. You know what I mean? And if you like it, come rock with it. If you don't, it is what it is. You know?
That's what it is. That's exactly what that is. If you like it, rock with it. If you don't, you don't, and everything like that. So yeah, I'm definitely that's the mindset. That's the mindset to have and everything like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. Uh, what issue are we up to right now with Acolyte? I'm new to it. I'm new to it. Daryl bringing me into it, so I'm a
Oh
newbie. I ain't
yeah.
gonna act like I've been all over the place with it.
We up to, so we finished the, you know what? Hold on one second. I'm gonna go grab it real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Ah, exclusive.
Yeah. I ain't finna act like I ain't
See,
finna act
Oh
like
yeah.
that. No,
So
I'm
we
new.
just had to
Rock
get
with
it,
me
man.
nation,
I
pull
usually
up. Rock with
always
me
got it on me. I usually
Yeah.
always got it on me, but so we up to this is issue 6, all 6 issues in one volume.
nation.
Um,
Okay.
and we got number 6 on the way right now. So, you know what I mean? It's in production. But yeah, I mean, this got all 6 issues. I actually just finished the source book as well. So the source book covers all the characters in volume 1, which will be available on the website as well. Man, I worked hard on that source book, man. So it's pretty dope. It's one of my favorites. But yeah,
I would
so
think
it's
that'd
six
be fun.
issues.
I would think that would be fun. If because I mean I know I at one time or another, and Theo can attest to this too. If you was a nerd, a blurred, whatever you choose to refer to yourself as, there 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 was creation. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the third grade, and I
Hmm.
don't want to try to like toot my horn or no shit like that, but when I was in the third grade was boring to me, and because it was just easy to me. I don't know why. It was just really easy to me. And
Reading
so,
comic books. That's why I was born.
but that's what I would do after I finished my work. I would take a piece of paper, like a piece of clear paper, and I would fold it in half, and I would open
Hmm.
it up, and I would make panels and make like a fucking comic book story, and people would come and they would read it, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
this seems like this, they pay people to do this. This seems like this would be fun. You know what I'm saying?
You
And you know what I'm saying? Just at some point,
Yeah.
I never got
you
into
bring
it. I never
you
got into it.
bringing back memories, and I think first of all, you talking about you was reading it was boring. It was boring because one, you reading comic books in the third grade. You ain't reading on no third grade level. That's why it was boring. That's why the class was boring. But I think just
right.
by and large, if you love comics, you've done something related to comics as a kid, whether you were out there acting, whether you were out there drawing, whether you were out there writing. I know me and my best friend Edwin Mendez in the 5th grade, JHS 120, Bronx, New York. We created comic books. We would get the notebook paper, draw our own little panels on them and everything like that.
Yeah.
Had a little box with the faces and everything like that from Marvel back in the day where you just do, so you knew who was in the issue. Yeah, splash page. I think all of us have done it, on some type of level. It's just refreshing to see somebody who actually took that dream and turned that dream into a reality. So it's still serving as the source of inspiration.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, man. I'm the type of person, once I get into something, I can't just like do a 5% of it. Like if I'm gonna do it, I gotta see it all the way through. So when I started writing the comic book, I couldn't just write a script. Now I gotta get it done. And once I got it done, once I wrote issue 1, I was like, well, I can't just stop there. I gotta write issue 2, issue 3, issue 4. So then I learned so much creating Acolyte, just getting in the business. Like before I knew how comic books were made, I thought it was one person doing everything. I thought like the person that wrote it, drew it, colored it. I didn't know it was like that many people involved. You know what I mean? Like there's the writer, there's the editor, there's the colorist, the artist, the graphic designer. There's so many people that are involved in making a comic book, and that's what a lot of people don't really realize, man. Like it ain't just somebody. Like there are people that do everything for sure, but that's rare for them to do everything and do it at such a high level that you recognize their story. Because you know what I mean. Right. So just a lot of readers, a lot of fans probably have no clue how much work actually goes into making a comic book. And for years they've been costing what, $3? So it's like a business where you like start off deep in the red, and you hope to get to the green. Luckily, with things like Kickstarter and places like that, they help new creators get to the green faster. You know what I mean? Right. Or not have to put out their own money to make the book, and then they can be in the green. But I don't know how comics were making money back in the day. Like, I don't know how the people working on them were making money back in the day, because it ain't like the prices that books are usually sold at in the comic shop. It really don't make sense. And we've put our books through Diamond in the comic shop, so I see it. I'm like, dang, like in order for you to really make money, or like say you wanted to really make this your life and you were putting it in the comic shops, you got to be doing like 5K, 10K comics every time you drop. You got to, or else it don't make sense.
That's crazy you said that, because we know some. Never mind. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
Question from the comment section. How does a story come to you?
Man, well, the thing about me, most of my stories are based on people I know. Like, I made Acolyte is literally me. You know what I'm saying? He's literally.
I kind of gathered that from issue 2 when he come in the studio, and I'm like, studio?
Yeah. So like I put like bits and pieces of me in every character, right? So remember in issue 1 how he was with the dude Kalon, and then he met his pop Abner, and how they came together. So in my head, that's my mind, body, and soul. So Acolyte is my body, Kalon is my mind, but his pop is my soul. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I blend it together. Even with the villains, most of the villains, that's how I plan them out: mind, body, and soul. One's gonna mess up with his mind, one's gonna tear that body up, but the other one, he coming for that soul. And that's how I kind of build in layers like that when I'm telling my story. You know what I'm saying? But stories come to me all kinds of ways, man. I could just be driving and just see like a plastic bag rolling across the highway. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, damn, what would it be like to feel that lonely in the universe and like everyone's seeing you, but nobody knows what you are or who you are, man. So that plastic bag just inspired me to think of somebody lost at sea. You know what I'm saying? Or something. Right. Like it'd just be something random like that that'd just take my mind like somewhere else, and then I just write it.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. What you saying? You an artist and everything like that. When you're writing, do you listen to music of some type, or you just write?
You know, crazy thing. Most of my scripts I write because it's similar to music. When I'm rapping, I don't really write my songs. I kind of marinate on my thoughts for a while, and then when the beat comes on, I can just go. Right? So I know where I'm trying to go. So a lot of times, man, I'll be in here with the wife and the kids, cutting the grass, whatever. But it may look like I'm just like doing my regular thing, but in my head, I'm building a whole story. So by the time I finally get to sit down, it just writes out. Because most of the time, when I write most of my stories, it usually happens when I'm like riding on the plane. I'm just like, because I'm trying to keep my mind off of what's below me. You know what I'm saying? So I just start writing. But yeah, no, man, it's a lot of different ways that stories come to me, man. But it don't take me long to write the story, but I can be marinating on a concept for like months.
I feel that.
And once I get it though, it's like boom.
Yeah.
I feel that.
You know what I'm
saying? I feel
that. Maybe just waiting for that catalyst that's gonna put everything in that story together. And yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I get that. I get not a question out here. Who y'all talking tonight? As a block, are artists cheaper for concrete?
As a block?
Yeah, that's where I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Mark the point. What do you mean when you say as a block? You know, what are you saying? A group of artists together that are doing work, or one artist doing work? Yeah. Is that what you mean?
If he's asking that, like most artists, most of the people on the book don't know each other. They're like all random people from different parts of the world that come together for one mission. You know what I mean?
Hang on.
But
he was being corny.
Oh, okay.
Block. Tell me not from Nebraska.
Get it. Block. Concrete. Yeah.
Tell him that joke. That joke didn't land.
You know what I'm saying?
He missed it.
Yeah, I don't know if that bar would have worked in a battle rap scene, and everybody would have been like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that one would have hit, bro. Don DeMarco.
Shots fired.
I don't think that one would have hit, man.
I love it. I love it.
And the sad part about it is they know better, Lonzo. Like they know, like if you gonna be silly now. You got to land it, don't, because you know me and Daryl ain't got good sense.
Oh, hey, I ain't got no problem telling you about yourself. And sometimes, hey, it just is what it is. Now, I have random ass questions that I will sometimes ask because I just want to spark the conversation in a certain direction. And before you came, I was getting ready to ask a question. The question is this. What is the best cartoon theme song of all time?
Of all time. Damn.
Of all time. We talk
all
every,
time. All
damn
time
near
every
cartoon I put it like this. I watched cartoons in the 60s. So there's some banging cartoon themes from the 60s. There's some banging cartoon themes from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, on and on. If you had to pick, let's keep it simple. If you had to pick three, what would be your three most recognizable banging his cartoon themes songs of all time?
For me,
hold on. Are we talking? They got lyrics or no lyrics? or it don't matter?
Don't matter.
Okay.
So for me, one of my favorites was I loved Johnny Quest.
Boom. Yes.
Johnny Quest was swaggy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Johnny Quest was real swaggy.
Yes, it was.
The other one that's coming to my head, Doug was fire, man. Doug was dope. Do 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 do.
Okay.
do,
Oh, yeah.
do,
Yeah.
do,
You
do,
can mix
do.
that to a beat. You can put a
Doug,
beat.
Doug was hard.
Safe space.
Doug, yeah, no, Doug was tough, man. But I don't know if it makes my top 3 because Spider-Man is fire.
Which one?
Yeah, because it's
the old one.
The one from the 90s, the one from the 60s, or maybe
No, I think the one from the 80s, the Spider-Man.
That's the 60s.
no, that ain't the 80s. That was us. That was us. That was back then in the day.
67.
My apologies, man.
No problem.
My apologies.
No problem.
So Spider-Man was dope,
Okay.
but I would probably go with the X-Men. X-Men, one of my favorites.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
Freakazoid.
Oh wow.
Freakazoid was kind of fire.
That's messed up because I went to Midnight Star. He said Freakazoid. Robots.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
need a
no.
Freakazoid. I'm running.
No, Lonnie, it ain't just superhero cartoons. It ain't just superhero I don't count Johnny Quest as a superhero. That's just a banging theme song, period.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I got the Herculoids. I got the Herculoid.
Okay.
And then I got this because this just if he can say Doug, I'm gonna say Speed Racer. Here he comes. Here
Oh,
comes
come on
Speed
now.
Racer.
Come on now.
Speed
He's
Racer
the
was a
demon and he's
classic.
gonna be chasing after someone.
Yeah.
All right, wait a minute. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm gonna do this one just for the cheesy. Banded together from the halls of justice. They are the super friends. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. All right.
What you got, D? What you got?
Okay, you named off a bunch that I liked. But yeah, I like Johnny Quest is like my top 2.
Smooth as hell.
Man,
Smooth as hell, wasn't it?
That theme song goes hard in the paint. Johnny Quest. My other one is Inspector Gadget.
Hey, is it cool if I add one to my list? I want to take off one.
We vibing, just add it on.
Yeah.
Pink Panther.
Okay.
Probably one of the coldest.
Okay.
Pink Panther might be one of the coldest ones.
Okay.
For sure.
And then a lot of people you can argue it, but it's still the truth. The godfather of all cartoon theme songs is the Flintstones.
Flintstones and the Jetsons was dope.
We got to say the Jetsons.
Same group of people made them. You can tell.
Yeah, you got to. Hey, you know what? Can we just say it? Because if you say Johnny Quest, if you say the Herculoids, if we sit up here and say the Flintstones and the Jetsons, can we just say Hanna-Barbera was in his bag?
Hanna-Barbera was definitely doing that work.
They was. They
like they had the Fantastic Four back in the day. That theme song hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know,
like,
man.
They ain't missed.
I don't think nothing was as smooth as Johnny Quest, though, man. It felt like black exploitation right there, man.
That was. I mean, it came out in the 60s, and I was watching it in the 70s, and I was still like, that song goes hard.
Yeah, but we ain't gonna debate. We ain't gonna debate Johnny Quest. We're not gonna do that. I know better than that.
No, Speed Racer was fire though. I did like that. I did like Speed Racer a lot, man. And I was seeing these when I was young. Like I was, I'm born in '85, so
Okay.
I was it was just coming on.
Born the year I graduated high school.
That's messed up. I graduated a year later. That's crazy. Then you made us feel old just then. That wasn't right.
Yeah,
What did we do to you? You
know,
didn't do that.
It's all good though. Fine
I
wine, baby.
apologize,
Fine
man. I
wine.
apologize. So,
Fine wine. It's all
but at least y'all can see I'm seasoned in my cartoons, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Thank you for being a blurred.
We appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all, Oh, Grand Madam said Bugs Bunny intro, Space Ghost theme. I forgot about Space Ghost.
Yeah.
And Johnny Ghost, Johnny Quest. Hey, that Johnny Quest, man, everybody's on that Johnny Quest. Now, how we feel about Batman animated series?
I think it was fire.
That has to be one of the most iconic. I forget how they refer to the music, but that has to be one of the most iconic intros to a cartoon. Point blank, you know what it is. Like if they just play it, you know what that is.
Yeah, well, the movie too. They rode that. They rode that wave.
Yeah, I thought it was perfect, man. I actually that's my favorite version of Batman. Like I like Batman when I like my Batman regular. Like I don't like all this super duper beating green, taking Green Lantern's ring off his hand and stuff. I don't like all that.
You know what I tell you know what I tell people lines up. Batman is not a superhero. Batman is a masked adventurer.
Yeah.
What's it? Being smart ain't a superpower.
Yeah, he ain't no different than Inspector Gadget.
No, he ain't. They lost me though when they had my buddy sky surfing from the moon. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this no more. Y'all doing way too much.
They doing too much with Batman, man. But that version, that animated version, is my favorite because it felt more realistic. It just feels something like you can kind of just relate to, like that world, like especially being from Philly. South Philly is like Gotham. There's a bunch of Italians and mob bosses. So seeing that, it was like it looked like something that we know.
I know exactly what's going on over here.
Right.
I think Batman the Animated for us as Gen X was the cartoon that we had been wanting to see Batman in for a long time. Yeah. I think if we had to say it, having something, I think that whole time frame was just something taking on a whole new identity. We had the Power Rangers back then. You had grown folks coming home talking about, I gotta catch Power Rangers, I gotta watch Dragon Ball Z. Be like, you a grown ass man, right? Mm-hmm. I still gotta get home and watch
it took a while. It took a while for the thinking of society to catch up with our mentality. I feel like but we was a culture long before the mainstream recognized us as such. You know what I'm saying? We was, man, the people, like, here's the thing. The people who knew I read comic books and wanted to know what was going on with comic books was coming to me and saying, Daryl, what the Incredible Hulk doing? What so-and-so doing? What's this character doing? What that? And you got a whole group of people standing in front of you, and I'm literally running down to them the plot of when Thanos had the cosmic cube and literally had everybody on their knees, and Captain Marvel came and chopped it and broke it and saved everybody. Oh, well, what's a cosmic cube? And you start and then you gotta go all the way back to Tales of Suspense and be like, well, AIM made this thing and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And they was hooked. I was like, pardon me saying, I was the Grio. I had them, they was and it occurred to me right away, like, ain't none of them people black.
None of them.
Ain't none of them stories about black people. Ain't none of them, or they in a like secondary or supernumerary role. Because it's like for what Black Panther did for the Avengers, y'all should have gave him way more airplay than what you did. You know what I'm saying? The jets you flying, your communication cards, everything y'all got. Hell, that dude's shield. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Wakanda, y'all wouldn't have none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they still played him like, oh, he a dude in a cat suit. Ain't that what Christopher Priest said?
See. I was trying not to. I was trying to make it all the way through.
I ain't laughing. I'm just saying that was the quote.
No, I'm just saying, like, that was
the quote. But I feel like he's way more than that. He's way more than that.
You know that's a sensitive topic for this.
Well, breathe. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, Lonzo. He know how I feel about him. Like everything he just named up, I'm like, yep. Because in the MCU, we sure didn't give him credit for the Quinjet. We didn't give him credit for Sam flying. We didn't even give him credit for Ultron losing his damn arm. But I was supposed to be feeling good about what I got in the MCU in regards to T'Challa. No, I do not. I'm still trying to figure out who the fucking Jobu is. Still trying to figure that out because that is not his brother.
Yeah, no, man. You know what I was gonna say? Like, growing up in the 90s was a difficult time to be a comic book reader because we had things. Not only did we have, the Saturday morning cartoons with all Marvel, DC was after school, but then we had straight from cartoon to video game. So we would play. Not only could I watch Spider-Man, I could go play my Game Boy, play that, and do this and do that. And then they dropped the Tobey Maguire movies. So like for a lot of us 90s kids, it was like, why were we didn't really get back into comics till later because we could literally play Spider-Man or play Superman or play Batman in live time. You know what I mean? And I think we're seeing that again right now with the youth today because they got so many options. They can do anything. Like they don't need to read a comic. They can just go watch somebody tell them the whole story on YouTube.
Question. You just you put a wonderful question in my head. Okay. When you got a character, I guess that is as saturated in the media as let's go Batman. A character that's as saturated in the media as Batman. Is it a compliment over time for people to want to redefine your character over and over again? I mean, after the creators die and it become the property of something else, I don't know, how concrete works, but say, would you want somebody taking the story of Acolyte and when it's being put on the screen, do something entirely different than what you wrote and the stories you created and the things that you perpetuated and what you made the Acolyte out to be, and just turn it into something else? Would that be cool with you as long as folks was getting to see the Acolyte?
Nah, not for Acolyte, because in the concrete universe, everybody's a one of one. Like even in our multiverse isn't duplicates. Everything is different in the different universes. You know what I'm saying? So this is Acolyte. There'll never be an Infinite Supreme in no other universe. This is the only place it happened at. So you can't tell no other stories outside of what will be canon to him. You know what I mean? So we'll have to still keep the essence of who he is, what he does, and how he thinks and stuff like that.
Well, what if they wanted to change it? What if they wanted to change it in terms of say, taking Kalon out of the equation and replacing him with a female character?
Nah, negative. Not put that in my contract. No.
I think if we're being fair, being truly transparent, if we just sat back and looked at it, Steve Rogers was Steve Rogers. That was his origin story. Thor Odin's son, while not his origin story, there was enough in there for us to even get Donald Blake. We got that. We didn't trespass on Thor's origin story. Tony Stark, aside from modernizing it so that we didn't involve Korea in the storytelling and everything like that, that was his origin story. Hell, if we want to play Footloose and Fancy Free with Scott Lang and how he comes across the Ant-Man suit, we can do that. I don't know where Hope came from. I still don't know, but we're only having this discussion by and large, and I think it's, you know, when you know the comics, you know the comics. They didn't give us James Rhodes' origin story. That was trash. They didn't give us Sam Wilson's origin story. So the question that you're asking, Daryl, it's only pertaining to their characters of color. It ain't pertaining to the white characters. They nailing them down, which is why too many of us don't know the characters that look like us. We don't know their origin story because they play Footloose and Fancy Free with it. Same thing with Monica Rambeau. This ain't got nothing to do with Wanda. This ain't got nothing to do with Carol. But they play Footloose and Fancy Free with it. Same thing they did with Riri Williams. Play Footloose and Fancy Free with it. It's always our characters. Which is why we got Lonzo here today. So we're reducing our steps over there with them other folks.
That's what I'm saying. So if I tell you I'm gonna give you a couple $1 bajillion dollars, you gotta let me do this. You know what I'm saying? And people been, you know, well, I say some people turned over, showed their belly. You know, like, okay, you could do this with the characters. You could do that with the characters. You could change the character into this. You could take this away from the character. You can tell stories that character's integral to and not include that character in those stories.
See, I think, you know, I see everything that's going on with the big two when it comes to their comics and their movies. But to me, as a Black independent publisher and owner, I mean, I love it. It's perfect for me. I want them to keep messing up. You know what I'm saying? I want them to keep messing up because it just solidifies our people looking for the real soul food. You know what I'm saying? So I love it, man. Keep whitewashing, keep doing what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when we go and buy them comics and go support, that money ain't coming back to our people. None of us going back to other people. We just want it because we like the characters. You know what I mean? We like the characters, but we as a community, we really got to start putting our money back into our people. And there's so many indie comics out here, so many universes for people to dive into. There's no excuse to even complain about the big two because you can find some fire out there that's not from them. And, you know, I'm not even just talking concrete. Like there's some fire out there. That's all out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I love that they messing up.
I think it's a dangerous game to be played because when you said something earlier about, you know, people can go online and read get a comic book review per se, 3 minutes and everything. People's attention span ain't as long as it used to be. And nobody's necessarily inclined to reinvest with you once you've lost them as a customer. And so to your point, I like it because if I can focus on this over here, I do my comic book review and everything like that. We'll get to talking me, Daryl, and everybody like that. And now we're like, okay, we'll look at Kamoyo and be like, hey, we need a picture, action figure picture. We need that. Because that's how we move. That's how we show love. We like, okay, we like this over here. Now because we be wanting the action figure. Because that's the representation. You got the physical form in your house and everything like that. So then you get Steezel and Gray. They be like, okay, now it's time to go ahead and animate the thing. You be the person. I want to say, here we go. Joseph Illich. I think we did that for his blood letter. Turned it into an action figure, then turned it into animation, then sent it to him. Mm-hmm. Now we're trying to figure out how we can get the blood letter action figure in our home. Who can modify what so we can have what? Yeah, that's how we move.
Yeah, and that's really, you know, that's really what we need to do as a community. And this is like across the board. Like one of the things that you see, I've always had the independent mindset because one thing my dad told me when I first was starting to do music, and I was like, you know, I thought I needed a manager and all these other things, and my dad was like, he said, if He said, if you find somebody that can't outdo what you can do for yourself, you don't need them. And I could never find a manager that could outwork me. So I never had a manager because I did for myself too much. And it was hard for me to allow somebody to take what I know I could do. You know what I'm saying? So for me to find a manager, they gotta be like, they gotta be out, that they gotta be able to do some stuff that I just can't do myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same way I look at it in comics, right? There's no reason for me to try to shop my characters to anybody, right? People will be surprised if they come to a Comic-Con, right? Because where we be having our tables at, we be right across from the pros. I'm talking to people that's writing for the big dogs in the big two. You know how many of them come up to us and be like, "Yo, man, how did you guys start your own?" Because they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to be independent from the machine. If you can be independent from the machine, then you are a machine. You know what I mean? You're your own machine. You just need to create your infrastructure, and you can do it big. That's the same thing across the board, whether it's music, film, fashion, whatever you're doing. You do not need their machine. You can create your own. And that's what we want to show people. You know what I mean? That's what I want to show people. Like all this is from the muscle, from my normal 9-to-5 job and a dream. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
Real biz. That's what.
I love it.
Now I have always contended. I mean, cut you off there. I have always contended that because folks like the big two and like the big dogs that you mentioned, they get monthly exposure of a myriad of titles because they have an infrastructure in place, and that infrastructure has been in place for decades. And it's just like what you just said, you know what I'm saying? When you break away from the machine, you become the machine. That should also translate to like the distribution, and because my biggest issue, everybody's biggest issue with and it's not even an issue, it's just kind of an obstacle with independent comics, with yourself, with Kingwood, with Godhood. I want more of it, but I can't get more of it on the basis, the frequency, because I done been spoiled by the machine, and the machine is telling me you're supposed to get this every month. And if I don't get it every month, I feel like, oh, well, why should I bother? Because it's you. And I'll pay to see me. I'll order to see me. I'll go through this, but the consistency, I guess, is the downside. Yeah. And if we had something a business that focused purely on the distribution, moving it like on the street, you know what I'm saying? I don't make the drugs, I just move them. Excuse the reference, but I'm just saying, that it gets distributed is what I'm saying, and we don't have nothing like that, you know what I'm saying, where we can just distribute, because I know y'all put it out a lot more with a lot more frequency if you knew it was somebody that was going to be distributing a good 10K copies a month.
Yeah, well, you know what, I think it's not necessarily the distribution part, because we don't have that problem in the indie comic space, like getting your books made, printed, and put in places. That's not the issue. What we need is that relationship that rappers and DJs used to have. We need DJs breaking the content, so then we got massive people buying it, then we can keep making it. But we're fighting against our quote unquote DJs who only focus on the big two, and every now and then they pick one of us indies to be like to highlight. So that's our battle. Our battle is word of mouth.
So there's a ceiling.
Yeah, our battle is word of mouth. And you know what I Googled the other day? I Googled top independent Black publishers, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of the names showed up. We were in the top 10. Stranger Comics, like Godhood Comics, a couple people like that, right? So then I googled top independent comic publishers. There was not one Black publisher mentioned. So that means we exist only in a bubble of Black readers. And for us to thrive, that ain't gonna be enough because our community picks and chooses where they want to spend their bread at. You know, even if your book is fire, your book is good, it's just like, we don't get that same rotation. Because I think the readers and fans of Black indies, they need to don't look at Concrete as an individual publisher. Look at Concrete, Godhood, Advent, Stranger Comics as the whole distribution. So you done reading Acolyte? All right, move to the next book. The next book. By the time you get through, Advent or whatever, Acolyte probably coming back with a whole nother arc, and then this arc. So it's the same thing when you think about the big two, how they put out books, but you just got to widen your vision of how many books are available to you that you want to see.
Okay, so bottom line is it's about detaching from that umbilical cord that we have for the big two and that system that's built around them to build y'all up. Keep your sphere of influence in y'all avenue. But like, what happens when we got everything?
Well, right now we do have everything. We just don't have the reach, global reach, and that word of mouth is really what's pushing back. You know what I'm saying? Because we got. Mm-hmm.
If I may, that's what I was trying to get at, because it was kind of like what Ernie was talking about in regards to Raw. You're one of the biggest comic book reviewers out there. It's Black History Month, and you're not saying anything. You have reach, you have influence. So does Ernie. Has reach, has influence. Word of mouth. When you're one of those people, comic book reviewers, I'm thinking, regardless of who you are, if you are well known, well respected, you review more than just one content. So if you drop something from Concrete Comics or you drop a Philadelphia and everything like that, people are more likely to tune in because they're looking at it like not where it's a Black comic book or it's an independent comic book. This is another great comic, another great story that this person, as a comic book reviewer, we've come to trust, is reviewing.
Right.
So yeah. I know me for mine, I've got some Philadelphia and everything like that. I know I got some people rocking with me more so on TikTok and everything, because shout out to Daryl. I cover Supernatural, cover Blackest Night and everything like that. So knowing that I'm credible as far as like he don't just review Black comics, he's knowledgeable, incredible in all genres. That's what y'all need. That's the partnership, because the DJ, the MC, that's the one that's playing the record for the MC to come out there and rap.
Yeah, all it takes, and it's kind of like how it's always been. It'd be some fire rappers from the hood. All it takes is that DJ that's popular and throws the best parties to put that song on, and then guess what happens to that rapper? Blows up. So that's all it takes. All it takes for Concrete to blow up is one media push from somebody that's in a place where it'll get the eyes of everybody. And then we're through the roof. That's for every one of us. So that's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Dark City Comics is in the chat, and I guess they are kind of testifying to some of the stuff that you're saying. Dark City say, yeah, it's tough because if you're not offset printing, it's hard to save on costs.
Yeah, it is, man. I'm saying I'm lucky to do print on demand. So for me, I just do print on demand, which I suggest to most up and coming creators, man. If you out there, you don't want to really risk buying a bunch of inventory, then being forced to sell it. Try to find somewhere that you can do print on demand. You know what I'm saying? And just do it like that while you're building. because that's passive income, man. I don't even got to worry about it. Sales come in, it just gets printed and shipped out. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
But
what's up.
yeah, man. That's really like we got everything we need here in the indie space for Black. Like we don't need to go outside of our bubble. We don't get nominated for their awards. We don't get that stuff. So we need to create everything ourselves and be proud of what we create, right? Put value in what we create. Like that's the thing. We got a lot of awards in music, right? A lot of Black owned award shows, but we don't value them as a community as a whole like we do when they get a Grammy or they get this and that. And to
You
me,
sure we
that's
not
always
related?
been stupid.
You sure we not related?
Hey man, maybe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, man. I'm
And
just tired. I'm a young tired brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tired.
okay. All right.
Hey,
Okay.
think
And
I'm-
my man Kamayo in the chat, he said, if you have everything, then create and add to the tapestry of Black comic writers, artists, and publishers. Be a part of the infrastructure you want.
that's real.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
real.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
real. I'm gonna ask you a stupid question, and I apologize. So where can we, those who might have the same stupid question I have, where might we be able to find Concrete Comics?
You can get it right from us, concretecomics.com.
Okay.
We were in Diamond, but since they had that little, crash, we looking at another distributor to put us back in the shops because I realize, that's for some people that's just so nostalgic to be able to go to the shop and get the comic you want. And I think it makes a lot of our people feel proud that they can go in a comic shop and find like some Black indie publishers in there. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to feed to that.
It's very true.
Yeah, I definitely want to feed to that. But I think
get it.
Yeah.
I went in and I ain't see no Black stuff, and I just came home damn near empty-handed. That's why I was asking questions. I like, damn, I'm pulling back my footprint. Darryl, where can I go get some stuff?
I ain't gonna
You know
lie,
what?
man.
Now I say everybody, just about everybody, all of the folks that I tell you about got a website and that you can
Doggone up, bro.
sometimes
We
I
all got
think
the
that's
website.
like, and even with them, the issue be sometimes I don't know how you do it, but I know with some of them they'll only have digital issues, and I'm I got to have it in my hand. I got to read it in my hand. It's cool to have it on the computer, but I need it in my hand so I can, you know what I'm saying? That's me. And I might get it slabbed, you know what I mean? Just to see what they say it's worth, you know what I mean? Because they don't nobody, be trying to put no worth in it or trying to, that's what I collect. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. For comic book reviewing purposes, the digital copy makes me a whole lot happier. I ain't even gonna cap. I ain't gonna lie. It's easy to put pictures out there.
Dark City said a lot of indies don't know that they can walk in and do consignments with local shops.
So when we were in Diamond and I was putting Acolyte out there, you got to do a lot of cold calling, right? So you got to call comic shops. So I was calling comic shops everywhere across the country, man. Shout out to places like North Carolina showed a lot of love. There was a lot of love out there in Kansas. Kansas got like 30 comic shops in their city. Like, I don't know what's going on over there. Like San Diego got a lot of comic shops too. But one of the things that I realized as a indie Black creator is that a lot of them shop owners are still of that Jim Crow cloth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, of them weren't really interested in getting some new stuff in there. So really, real talk, it's the people that get it in there. The reason why our books were in shops was because people were ordering on Diamond saying they want to go to their store and pick it up. So the store had to buy it. But these owners, a lot of them are of the old guard, you know what I mean? So they're not really looking for the new gen, especially they're not looking for us. Now the ones that were looking for us, they were very excited. They said, "Oh my God, we've been looking for something new outside of the big two to get in here. And we heard about you guys. We want to get you guys in here." So it's like, I I've been through it all, man. I done did everything.
Well,
Yeah.
When
I'll
you say that, that makes sense for them to want to get new content in there because it's documented. The big two ain't making money like that.
Yeah.
Their stuff ain't selling like that no more. It's
it,
getting
it,
worse.
it don't matter, man. If you look at X, I mean, and I'm not saying doom and gloom, but if you look at X, man, folks are still pushing the big two hard, even in the same breath, saying it's cooked, but they still pushing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why, and that Theo, that's why you hear me saying all the time, I'm reducing my footprint because it's like they ain't doing nothing for me, they ain't doing nothing for us, they ain't, you know what I'm saying? Why you think I ain't gonna go into it. We vibing.
Yeah.
So I'm
No, you listen. You keep here's the thing. What I know, you don't really review DC comics like that, Marvel comics like that. You got DCKO. You might do like,
and I'm
Absolute Wonder Woman.
done fooling with that.
Right. And so with me, what am I doing? Well, we just ended Black Panther Intergalactic.
See what I'm saying? See what Dark City say? Geek Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. Well, you know what too? I think it's not like the problem isn't that people review the big two, it's the fact that they don't review anything else. It's like, how you were talking about Rob, it was Black History Month and he ain't even try to do no history or no research or introduce his audience to some dope books out there. Like, and I don't want nobody reading my book just because it's a Black character and I'm a Black creator. I want you to read the book because you like it. More than anything, like the story. If you don't like the story, that's fine, but don't give me no sympathy support. I don't want that. I want you to like the book, man. And that's the one thing that I will push back on a lot of the creators. Like, if just don't get mad at the people if they're not head over heels over your story. You know what I mean? That's just they're not head over heels over every story from the big two. You know what I mean? That's just not,
At all.
you got to see it that way. Some people may just not like your story. You got to find the people that like your type of story as well.
That's what it is.
And be real with it. Be real with yourself. Like some indie creators aren't looking at. They think you should just support their comic because they done worked hard at doing it. But the first thing I did when I got my cover done, when I did my first Acolyte cover, I took my book into the comic shop, put it on the shelf, and I stood back and said, if somebody walk in this shop, is they gonna look at that and want to grab it? And if my cover don't hit, I get a new one. So every time I get a cover, I put it next to the big dogs. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, somebody, if I was walking in and I didn't know that comic, I'm grabbing that one for sure. And that's how we do our cover tests and how we know what's going to be a hit, what's not going to be a hit. But you got to, I say that to say a lot of the creators got to be realistic with themselves. Like, are you putting up quality content that matches with the big two? You know what I'm saying? And then now that you're meeting the eye test, now it comes to story battles. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you got a good story, and the person wants a good story, they gonna read your story. If it's a good story, they like that story, they gonna read it. They gonna read it and tell somebody else to read it.
Yeah, no, it's super easy to sell an issue 1. Issue 1 is the easiest book you ever gonna drop. That issue 2, that's the one, right? That's the one that's gonna whoop your ass because people decide if they're gonna continue off of issue 2.
Fortunately, shouts out to Flash by Night Comics who shot me issue 1 and 2 of your book, and I could not find 3 and 4, but I got 5 and 6.
I know you don't like digital books. I'm gonna send you them, man. I gotta send you the new updated issue 1 too, because the issue 1 you got is the classic one. That's the original one. But I redid the whole book, new art, added some new pages to it and context, updated some of the scripts. So yeah, so it's like when you read the new one all the way to 6, it has a whole new feel because it's all I did it because the first one had a different artist than all the other books. So I got the same artist to redo number 1. So when you look at the trade, the quality is all the exact same artist did the whole entire book. So
Okay. Okay.
We definitely need that because
Yeah,
then I can get me some.
I got a few
I
digital.
can get some new reading on, and then I can go ahead and
Yeah.
drop that over there on TikTok and everything like that, and put that on. Hold on, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, Facebook. Am I leaving somebody out? Instagram. Yeah, all of them. Yeah. YouTube, all that. Yeah, we need that. We need that.
Oh yeah. No.
Hey, I tell that to all indie creators, Lonzo. Y'all shoot me something digital or in the mail, I will give it like crazy airplay. You know what I'm saying? So just
I'm gonna send you a couple, man.
I need something in my possession. If I got something in my possession, man, I'll holler about it all day. As David about Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. I will air your stuff out everywhere.
Say less. I'm gonna send you both all 6 issues, and I might sneak in a couple more issues in there too, man.
Let me tell you how to rock with me nation to get down behind this. Daryl will put it on his channel. I'm gonna put it on my channel and all the other platforms that we be on and everything like that. And I already told you, you got folks that are like, wait a minute, let me go ahead and make this into an action figure form. Let's go ahead and turn this into an animation. You'll wind up getting tagged, DM, inbox, and everything. You like this here and there? Oh, listen, we don't listen. We're a nation.
Hey Theo, Dark City Comics said, what's your TikTok?
Oh man, IAS, IJS, Theo B. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. That's what it stands for. I know because everybody be like,
I gotta say it.
He said, I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna see if I can find it, man. Because I'm not a fan of TikTok, but I hate TikTok. But
I'm on Instagram too. It's all good. It's all love, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, well, what's your
love, man.
What's your flavor? I got them all. I'm on Insta.
Man, listen. Whatever you can do, you can do. And what you can't do, you was a guest tonight. That was enough for me to drop all kind of knowledge and everything like that. So, man, it's all love.
I would love to come back too. I got a lot of like all the creators of Concrete are fire too, man. So anytime y'all want somebody to pull up,
you said you wanted to bring your boy Thad. Was that his name?
Yeah, Thad was gonna come, but his schedule, you know, he would have been off too because I told him 7:00 my time, so he'd have been done. He'd have been checked out too. So
listen, Lonzo, you can't come back next time without talking music. I let you off the hook tonight.
I got a song called Clark Kent on YouTube. Search it up, man. It's Lonzo Star Clark Kent. Man, if y'all want to watch it now, you know, y'all could definitely throw it on there, man.
Man, but hey, wait. See, I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure YouTube don't get mad at your boy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem I have. That's you just copywritten and you can't show this on your page.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, because like you, especially with music. I mean, if you play a video and don't play no sound, they might let it slide. But if you play a video and play the music, they're gonna be like,
oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Daryl, he set tripping, big dog. First of all, he didn't tell us he knew Jhené Aiko. But that Clark Kent featuring Jhené Aiko. What? No, I'm not.
Jhené.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm mispronouncing it, big dog. I'm apologizing.
Because I didn't know who you were talking about.
Yeah, but no. I got it pulled up. We gonna talk next time. Yeah, you spend it here tonight. We let you come in on the comic book tip. We talking R&B hip hop next time.
Hey,
R&B hip hop. Hey, I would love to, man, for sure.
Do you think it would be a pretty good show if I got Lonzo together with Prof T?
All right, y'all, sing it now, girl. Hell yeah.
hey, Lonzo, have you ever heard of a group called Low Key?
That sounds mad familiar.
I got a
thing for you, baby. That
really? Oh, okay, yeah.
I went to high school with them cats.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I was in the band. I was in my high school band. I wasn't in their band. I was in a high school band.
But we have had him on the show. We have had
I've had
Prop
him on
T
the show a
from
couple times. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
maybe
I,
we'll get
I
y'all
would
together
I
because
would
he living
love to
down
talk
in
some
Dallas.
music, man.
Yeah, he
I
living
would,
down in Dallas right now. He got tight-lipped about his projects, but once he gets talking to somebody that's familiar and know the struggle, who know, y'all might hit it off or something.
oh yeah, no, for sure, man. I
Yeah.
love talking music, man. I'm not a historian, but I'm close. You know what I'm saying? I
That
love to
sounds
talk about like I love to talk about like I was just talking to my boy today about I was listening to some of the older Outkast music, and I was like, man, Big Boy was a lot better than Three Stacks in their earlier music. And I think because it flowed with his style more, like he's more of a pimpadelic type of rapper. So
Yes.
those smooth,
Yes.
pimped out beats, like he was floating on them things. And
Yeah.
Andre was cool, but it wasn't until they evolved to like that pop sound, that more abstract sound, that where Andre shines at. But a lot of people sleep on Big Boy. And we were talking about Mobb Deep today because a lot of people sleep on Havoc as well. Havoc is an incredible rapper, but Prodigy is so prolific. People like he kind of gets overshadowed sometimes, but a lot of people don't realize how cold Havoc is, man. You know,
Same thing with Clips.
yeah. I
Yeah.
love Miles. Miles
Oh,
is probably my favorite one of the group.
Both of them's fire. Cause what's that
She-
one? So
yeah.
be it. Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying. I want to do like
He's throwing some bars out there.
that's what I'm saying. I love talking music, man, for sure.
We gonna do that next time.
Oh, we
studio.
Yeah, we can definitely do that then. We can definitely do that. I don't want to keep you, Lonzo.
Yes, sir.
You got my contact info. Matter of fact, I if you want to stay on after we sign off, I can hit you with some more info.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll stay on.
All right. Okay. Look here, y'all. This has been Friday Vibing, and this is our guest Lonzo Star. I thank him for showing up. I thank y'all for showing up. And I ain't gonna keep y'all. We going sideways. Peace.